All right, welcome back, everybody. Well, a couple days ago was the birthday of the great Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin. So, got to do some Jimmy Page, got to do some Led Zeppelin, right? So this is going to be Kashmir off their Physical Grafitti album. If you clicked on this video, I know you know the song, but this is one that is just a must-know. And we're going to go through all the super interesting parts that go into this great guitar-based creation. And if you haven't done so already, please jump down and click subscribe and ring the bell. The bell lets you know when I drop new content, which I do every single week. All my videos have chapters in them, so you can jump right to the part of the lesson that you want to see and bypass what you don't want to see. And if you're looking for ways to support the channel, I really do appreciate that. There's a couple ways. There's thanks, which is like throwing a tip in the tip jar right below, or you can join my Patreon page where I have chord charts and tabs for all the songs I do on YouTube, like this one. And there's even a fun store with merchandise in it. All the links are in the description. Check it out. All right, well, Kashmir, oh my gosh, this is just so epic. And growing up, I knew this song was in D, and whenever you would play it, you'd find yourself lacking because back in the pre-internet days, lots of people didn't know what the tuning was. And this one, you got to have it if you want to sound like the record. Okay, I'm going to do this on my new, well, used, but new to me, Dan Electro. This is, I think it's called a 59 DC double cut. These are really interesting guitars, and Jimmy Page used this guitar a lot live for the song Kashmir. I don't know that he recorded it with it. Maybe he did, but who knows? He had an old one, but this is a replica. These are really cheap guitars. These are like $400 right now. They have their own unique sound and just something really cool about them. And if you want to pick one up, there's a link in the description below too. Okay, so getting your tone. So whatever guitar you're using. On this one, I've got it set on the middle pickup position. Again, I have no idea if he used this on the record or what, but this is what sounds sort of good to me. I'm also running there's a sort of a swirl sound that I can hear on the record, and I've got my TC Electronic Vibe Viscous affecting my tone here. And the tuning. So the tuning is called DADGAD, right? So your guitar is tuned to D, A, D, G, A, and D. DADGAD. And that's what he plays on this song. And you might know that he used this tuning on the Led Zeppelin 1 acoustic song, Black Mountainside. That's off of this tuning too, but that's another lesson for another day. One of the things that makes this song interesting is the guitar riff is playing over one time signature. It's like a 6/8. And the drums are playing a 4/4, and so they sort of overlap each other, and it just creates a circular pattern where the snare hit doesn't always feel like it's on the 2 and the 4. It sort of oscillates and rotates depending on where you are in the song, but the guitar is played in sort of a 6/8 time, but we can set that aside. Let's learn the riffs. So with this tuning, here's the chord shapes that you're going to use. Here's the main, you know, Kashmir ascending riff. Here's what it looks like. Okay, so you can see what the fingering is. Here's the pretty big stretch for the first one. You're holding that 5th string at the 5th fret the whole time. That's a D note. And you're just climbing on your G string. That's the pattern. Now you really want to hit sort of your open low string, the 5th string, and you sort of want to mute the rest and stop at the 3rd string. But if you get those other strings that ring, I still think it sounds cool. You know, it just sounds good when you catch them. But really, you want to sort of focus on those 3, the 6, 5, and 3. Okay, now we have our descending riff. So the descending riff is like this, and it's played with upstrokes. And then it comes in at, right? So that's, again, here's your position. You're up here on your third, second, and first strings. You're doing an upstroke, and you're sort of catching it. If you get all of them, it all works, but you sort of want to just concentrate on hitting the first 4 on your way up. And finish it off down there at the bottom. So it runs around that. I think after the second time, it comes out of that and you go into sort of an A-based rock bridge section. There's not much to that, right? So getting into that was, that's all there is to get into it. You're going to do a little rock and roll. Come up here to the A octave and bring it down to 2nd fret. So that's all there is to that part. Great little groove. Goes back to your back to that part. The other part that it's going to go to now is there's a it's not really a chorus. I wouldn't even know what to call each section of this song. But it goes to a G chord, and your G chord fingering now with this tuning looks like this. Up to an A. So I bar it across because I sort of hear that. Then you add your pinky on the 4th fret. Right? That's normally what you would finger down here. No, no, no. But since you've tuned it, you got to do it differently. So that's all there is to that sort of chord section. It'll put you back into your right, runs through all that. Now on the outro, the last part of the song, it moves you to that G to the A section again. And it's over that there's this interesting, very interesting ascending guitar line that happens, and there's like the bass harmonizes with it, and the keyboard or the mellotron harmonizes with it. So I'm going to show you 3 patterns that happen on this. There's a primary melody, there's a harmonized melody, and then I'll show you how to play them both together if you really want to be ambitious for that. Okay, so the primary melody that happens on this section goes like this. One more time slowly. And live, Jimmy adds a chord up here. Sometimes he has his pinky on, and he does this little. Does that little stuff around there. So that's the primary melody. live, what he would do a lot of times is he would do the harmonized part to that, because John Paul Jones is playing that part on his, whatever he's doing, his mellotron and the foot bass or whatever those parts are. So Jimmy plays a harmony part to that, which is this. Or if you want to do it with that chord, they both end you up in that position where that chord is. So the first one ended you here, the second one ended you here. So one more time slowly. Right? Now there's a way to play both of those harmonies together. It's sort of difficult on the first two notes, but there is a way to do it, and it sounds really cool. The first two are a really big stretch, but I'll show you how to do it. Ready? One more time. Oh my goodness. So that was Kashmir. Holy cow. Did you learn something new? Hope you did. So if you like what you saw, please jump down and click subscribe and ring the bell. The bell lets you know every time I drop new content, which I do every single week. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this one. And if there's another song you want me to do a similar lesson on, let me know that too. And until next week, take care, everybody.